Lawrence A. Jones that did all this bad stuff to your son or whatnot? I done heard so many stories of Lawrence A. Jones. That's kind of crazy. So I know my brother, both my brothers had their funeral there, and my mom and dad. And I heard people complaining about them then, and now I'm hearing it again. Jesus Christ.
And my uncle called it a way of it's a way of ambulance chasing. Like if that mortuary gets to the examiner's office first, and he just gets all the bodies that he feel like he should. And yeah, technically you just kidnapped my son, my dad's son. I don't know.
There's a lot of people that's gonna go to hell. They don't know they're gonna go to hell.
There's a lot of people going to hell.
Because what you do down here on earth is going to lead you to where you're going to after this place.
And be careful how you treat people.
Yeah, you have to.
Be careful what you say. Because you don't know what the next person is going through.
Yeah, that's why I always try to be, kind to people. You know what I'm saying? Because, I was telling the guys I was working for, not working for, that I was working with the other day, we were doing an install. I was like, we was doing an install at this man's house. This guy, me and him, we went to school together. And I was always cool with this guy. It's another guy too I went to school with, and people always used to pick on him because he had a shaking problem. And now today, these guys are some of my best friends. They done gave me so much business throughout the years because they're not doing HVAC after school or whatnot. And just because how cool I was with them when they was in school or whatnot, we reach back to each other or whatnot now these days. So yeah, you gotta be kind to people. You don't know when you could be entertaining an angel at any time. So you gotta be careful how you speak and be slow to speak.
Thank you. Don't be running to people's house talking about, oh, how you doing? How do you think I'm doing? Don't be going in there and saying the Lord won't put nothing on you than you can handle. Be quiet, please. And if you don't understand it because you've never walked in those shoes, just give them a hug and tell them I'm there to listen. That's all you can do. And you can't put a time limit on anybody's grief. If I grieve for 10, 11, 12 years, then that's where I am. Some women get over it. They go on, it's in God's will and God's hands, and that's good. But some women just don't. And like I said, they turn to drugs and prostitution and anything that they've heard is going to take the pain away. That's what they're going to try to do. Alcoholism, whatever.
Yeah, after my mom passed, I had went into a deep depression. I think I was like maybe 230 when she passed or whatnot. I got down to like 120 pounds. Couldn't eat. I could eat a slice of pizza and be full for days. That's mental or whatnot. I could just remember myself going to working, but not knowing that I'm working.
Out of your mind.
Out of my body, out of my body.
Mind.
And people stopping by the house trying to figure out, am I okay? I thought I was okay. I didn't know I was still in depression mode, and this was years after. But we all go through grief in different ways. So for the audience out there, just try to be there for each other. You know what I'm saying? Stop judging people how they grieve or whatnot.
And that is very true.
And I still grieve and miss my mom today. So you can't put a time stamp on when somebody's gonna stop grieving.
You can't. But all you can do is hold their hand if they want their hand held. Be there. One day I was really just out of it before we had to get out of our home, and I remember the doorbell rung, and I'm not going to get the door. It's about midnight, 1 o'clock. I'm like, who was this? And then I just laid back down, so I heard the leaves rustling behind my house, and I got up and got a knife because I was and I got the knife and I stood behind the door, and I heard the person slide open my back patio door, and I jumped out, and it was my cousin.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, I knew you wouldn't answer this door because you ain't been answering your phone. You ain't answering the door. He said, I had to find you. I just want to sit with you. He said, we don't have to talk about anything. We just have to lay here together, and I just want to lay with you. Where you laying? On the couch? That's where I'm at. And I appreciate the fact that he came to find me. Yes. He came to find me when I felt like I was not reachable. And I didn't want to be reached. I just wanted to be left alone. And he was like, no, I was getting in this house some kind of way. I knew this is your house. There's a way to get in here some kind of way if I got to check all these windows. But he came, just to sit.
And that probably meant a lot to you at that time.
I remember that. I remember that. And that was one of the biggest things for me, was that somebody came for me.
That's what's up.
And so I know that that is my destiny, is that I have to go for people that don't have nobody to come for them. I have to go for people who the light is just nowhere to be seen. Because I got the light. I know what it's all about. But they don't know. They don't know. It is your situation. It is your child. It's very much your situation. But it's not about you.
True.
It's about what you can do for the next mother. The one who lost her child last night. The one who lost her child this morning. The one who just lost her child a few minutes ago.
True. So what do you think about the violence that's going on in Kansas City? Because it hasn't stopped.
It hasn't stopped.
I got plenty friends that they got murdered in the streets. I know a guy that's a twin. He got murdered. I think, was it last year or the year before last? It was 2019 or 20. Well, 21. He ended up getting murdered over something really small, and it's like the violence it's not stopping. It's increasing in Kansas City, Missouri for some reason.
That's true.
Because I had seen him a couple of weeks before he got murdered, and I seen another guy. I was getting some gas that my niece know. They call him Black. I had spoke to him 2 days later. He was murdered. And I'm like, what's going on in Kansas City? Why we can't get along, and why y'all killing each other?
It's written in the book of Revelations that this is what's going to be happening. So I don't really understand why people are so surprised and so shocked. And I really don't have an opinion about that. My opinion is that if it gets better, then Revelations is a lie.
All the stuff was happening towards the end.
Exactly.
In the time.
And so I feel like my best shot out here is not trying to stop the crime. My shot out here is trying to heal our mothers. Because our land is sick.
Yeah, that's true.
And if we can't get a healing, we can't begin to heal our children. We can't begin to heal our husbands or our relationships. They're unhealthy. What do we do? Because the women are sometimes the strongest person in the house. But when we're broken, what happens? What happens to our children? What happens to our husband? When we fall, what happens?
True.
So my prayer is for God, for my light to so shine that people can see that you can be brought from the depths of hell and come back. Because God has promises that He owes you. And He's not a man that He should lie. I don't believe that. And He will keep His promises. I promise you. And I wasn't a woman who could smile. Like I lost my joy. It was years before I could even smile. So to laugh now and to be around people, because I didn't want to be around people and I didn't want to smile. I didn't want to celebrate. I didn't want to do anything. As long as he couldn't do anything, I didn't want to do anything. But now I'm here and I'm present. 15 grandkids later, a new husband later, I'm here and I'm present. And because Jeremiah 29:11 says that He knows what he's planned for me. He has a plan for me.
Yes, he does. He has a plan for us.
Yes. Not to harm me, but to bring me to an expected end. So if I trust him, and I trust the process of which way he's trying to take me, and not take everything so personal, then I can make it.
You can.
Then I can make it. And you can too. You can too.
All right. So what about your other kids and everything that you get? So how many kids do you have total?
5.
5? Okay. So how are the other kids doing and everything?
You know, I think that they played that we need to be so strong for mama for so long, that now that they're older, they have this anger that they can't handle and all these things that are coming about that they really don't understand. And I believe that it's just coming out. See, we didn't go see psychiatrists. We didn't go see therapists. We didn't go to sit around and talk about this terrible thing. Even after what had happened, nobody wanted to talk about it.
And that's the worst thing to do. You have to talk about it.
Nobody wanted to talk about it. Nobody wanted to talk about it, Courtney. Did you want to talk about it?
It's better to talk about it.
Have you talked about it?
About him getting killed? Yeah.
And that night?
Yeah.
Yes, I found out through her.
Oh.
When we first started dating a long time ago, because I'm gonna bring this up. we gonna bring it up because I wanted to go out one day, right? And I wanted to go to 540. I'm used to 54th Street Bar and Grill. I didn't. That's why I said I didn't. I'm not trying to offend you at all.
No.
I just want to tell you a story and how it connects. She didn't want to go up there, and I questioned her about it because I don't know. And she told me the story. We didn't go for that exact reason. And once she told me what happened and how it happened and how everything was and how y'all came up there and everything, I was like, okay, I understand. So.
Well, we didn't go up there. He got shot. I mean.
But I know it's tied.
But
they took him back to his friend's house. And so when I found him, he was slumped over in a car.
In the driveway.
When Courtney and them got there, he was slumped over in the car.
Well, we both.